UNHCR has been given the mandate to be a guardian of the refugee law, international refugee law, and basically oversee its implementation by states. Now, for Ghana, the Ghana Refugee Board is our immediate interlocutor, created by the 1992 Act of Refugees in Ghana. And it's an interdepartmental board that basically receives refugees, determines their status, deals with where they will stay, how they will be assisted. They are the main interlocutor for UNHCR, so we work with them very, very closely. So in a nutshell, the role of UNHCR is still one of providing international protection to people who have been forcibly displaced, and to also seek durable solutions to their plight.
We work very closely with the UNHCR. UNHCR provides us with technical and financial assistance. There are two refugee camps in the Western region. One of them is the Krisan camp. Krisan is near Sanzule and Atuabo. Krisan was established in the 90s when we had Togolese refugees and other nationals coming into the country, and we needed to find a place to house them. So Krisan actually is a multi-national camp. There are as many as about 15 nationalities in the Krisan camp.
The area of security, I think UNHCR has been benevolent enough to support the district with 2 semi-detached female quarters for female police, and that I find very, very commendable, because the female police in this district, they've always had various problems with accommodation. And then there's also a police station that has been built at Krisan camp, which is also funded. And all these projects are fully funded by UNHCR. In terms of education, the agency has come in and supported the schools, and also currently there's a newly built ICT lab, which will help in ICT education, making sure that these kids are introduced to information communication technology at a very early age.
I entered in the Krisan refugee camp since 2003. We are living there. I have my wife. I have 5 children. With the help of UNHCR, through partners, are helping us small for small projects, livelihood. So we are managing. They help some for business store, provision store, and I have poultry too. They help for several years helping. Even this year, started helping some people.
The other one, also in the Western region, in the same district, the Alembele district, is the Ampane camp. Ampane was established in 2011 when we had an influx of Ivorian refugees. So Ampane is solely Ivorian refugees. It's still occupied by Ivorian refugees.
We are not regretted hosting the refugees over here, our neighbors over here, because we have received a whole lot of benefits out of their settlement over here. On education, Ghana Refugee Board, in partnership with UNHCR, built a new 4-unit classroom block for the junior high school of the community. They also renovated the existing lower primary classroom block. In terms of teaching and learning materials, we cannot count them. They have built 13 unit standard teachers' quarters for the school, which when you go to within the district, you cannot see it anywhere. This is the only community within the district, I can say even within the region, which can boast of 13 unit teachers' quarters, standard teachers' quarters for the teachers. And it's very, very motivational on health. Look at the clinic that they have built for the community. So we no longer go to Ekwe, we no longer travel long distance to access health facility. We have it in our community. And if the people within the neighboring community, they also access the facility. Almost for about 8 years, every year there's a program on livelihood. Let's say people are given pottery training. They give them the necessary input, the necessary material, the necessary things that they need to start a pottery farm. It has helped my people so much, and not even my people, but the refugees as well. So we are like one people without discrimination.
I benefited from the pottery farm. I think a few money has been received, and that's been able to pay some of my bills in looking after my children who are in schools. So in a nutshell, I can really say that it is very, very good.
Security at Ampane and then Christian is very important, because these are people who have escaped trauma in their countries and have arrived at a relatively safer place. And so it's important that we take care of them. Their security and safety, very, very critical. One of the major problems that we have in Western region here is chieftaincy issues. There are pockets of chieftaincy issues around the area. And so it is important that police presence will help provide security, and matters such as chieftaincy will go down, chieftaincy issues will go down. On the other hand, criminalities exist everywhere. And then police presence is going to help them in their security and safety. I'm talking about the communities, so that people can easily run to the police station and lodge their complaint if their life is at threat. And so we thank the UNHCR for providing these facilities for us.
The Jkor camp in the KEA municipality, that's the Commander Edina Iguafo Abrim municipality. That also has Ivorian refugees, and the camp was also established in 2011 as the Ampane one.
Because of the existence of the refugee camp, it has brought additional number of inhabitants to that community. So the social amenities were stretched. But we were not left alone. The UNHCR came to our aid by establishing some social amenities. Just to mention a few, they have established schools, and each school that they established came along with the teachers' quarters. They have established police stations, and then it came along with police bungalows for both male and female. They've also established health facilities which come along with the bungalows for the health personnel. More importantly, they are also undertaking what I would call the lead activity, that is local economic development activities, where they are empowering the community members, not only the refugee, but the community members in employables and alternative livelihood skills, where they train them in various areas where they can live and then make a living out of those training skills. So I think that the presence of the refugee camp has been beneficial. It has also helped us to get some development facilities in the Jkor community, and not only for the refugees, but also the residents of the Jkor community, and even extending to those beyond a Jkor community.
During the COVID season, we were very much hard up with logistics as a municipality, even though we had some from our regional office and other stakeholders. UNHCR also happened to be a stakeholder that helped us a lot. They gave us some logistics and some cleaning materials and some PPEs. And it wasn't only shared among only the Jkor facility. It was shared across the entire chief zone, so everybody benefited. It's not every facility that is fortunate or every community that is fortunate to have this kind of care. So I must say a very big thank you to the UNHCR for these kind of services, opportunity that has been given to both the refugee in the camp and then the host community at large.
The impact is very huge. When we came here, we started the school within the refugee community with the support of the UNHCR, and the kind of building that we were having first is different from what we are having now. We have started with primary school, but now we are having JSS school, and today we are standing in a new facility that was built by the UNHCR. So in a nutshell, I want to say that the job here done by the UNHCR in terms of infrastructure is a huge job, and we do appreciate it as refugees.
And then the fourth camp, which is in a town called Fatenta in the Bono region, near Brekum. That also has Ivorian refugees, also established in 2011 when Ivorians came in through that part of the country, the Sampa area. And so that was when the Fatenta camp was also established.
And the question me woman say, you did a refugee camp of Bahano na you're very interested because you knew the way a man sometimes and I need a tea from the time you did refugees room be good and crying the way I na omu subai ni ebia no mo ye na emwa emano it in fact na yesroye se refugees na ye beje omo hanom no omo be ba betiti kru no nipa yewom na nyame anim refugees for ibaye no emwa na UN for so a kuri yensa aka no ema yenu ye ho se ye ji omo de omo ba ha because aboa yen yi papa enema yensa aka ana mfaso a enam UN for no so ama yensa aka ewukrodua mu no enema edimu yie na ye nanwen se kro no puntu no betimi etu America se dia sisi ya no level a otu America de aduru iti de ebestre ni se aseta papa refugees for no ya tra no so ye ni
omo baaye no omo aboaye pa because senye that ICT na do na ma access na manage ICT ho bet na mo ane ni ba bia ebeba mama timidi aye adwuma sa enti nyame boa ya me wie so omutin so omasene no timi aboa me ankasa masetene mankasa kora no timi aboa because nne man kakra akra bi wo ha me a metimi ye adwuma no na me de bisika aye den aye nti metimi akasa aboa me yie pa
ntosi adwuma na me na ye ba se be kese ye be so masene kakra na esan se be so masene ni ntino se me adwuma na ekoso pa ya aboa me nema bebre bi ti se fet enu na yere pompe so ntosi adwuma na mere se ne mere pa ho a ase nte san se be boa ma be ma minuru ntino se ndamani a mfet di ndamani a meduro ndi pompe so di se ko dura fu ha aya ho kapa
ne nyare mintime nya hwe nti saa eyi anya ye no ndi bia toto nduro nkoto do ba ko bia 1.5 ne manya na fopa 650 ono na nche ne mba so obetwere yes se scan bi ne yere the man otin the tray. Nti aka so obeto aso. Nti nguso. Nti ndi nyame anim ba aboam.
The truth is that before the refugees came here, the last point we had police settled is Jkor. And Jkor police was taking care of all these areas, Fatenta, Botokrum, Chenchemam, Proso, and the other areas. But with the intervention of the UNHCR and placing a police station here, for that matter, security here, this catchment area has been carefully and fully taken over by the Fatenta police, and they are doing enough. In fact, they even went ahead to give the police a motorbike that they use for their rounds within this area. So it's a heavy impact. And given the fact that the personnel serving here are not traveling from elsewhere to this place, but they are living right here, means that anytime we need them to respond to an emergency, they are there to do it. So it's just a good one, and I don't know what words I can use to describe it any longer.
With the arrival of UNHCR, because of the refugees who came from the Republic of La Côte d'Ivoire, we say it has enhanced everything when it comes to increasing and improving on geographical access to health. The infrastructure in the camp where the people are residing, the refugees, is good. So they see them as a different community within the sub-district. One thing that I really admire about the Fatenta community is that the chiefs and elders are so open and said, as far as development is concerned, if we need land, sites for anything, we can fall on them.
I would like to commend the government of Ghana for having such a progressive refugee policy. It's very inclusive, which is the way to go. We don't deal with refugees in a parallel system. They are integrated in the service, national services. For example, in education, they have access to the free education equally with the nationals. The same with health. They have access to the national health, NHIS. And so the support is that much better because they can coexist peacefully with their hosts.
So the refugees, when they come in initially, the emergency phase, during the emergency phase, they are provided with food and other assistance. But with time, refugees can no longer be provided with food. It's not sustainable. And so livelihood activities are implemented to empower them to be able to earn a living for themselves and their family. Now, in doing this, we include the host community. A percentage goes to the host community. So livelihood activities are extended to some persons identified within the host community who are deemed vulnerable enough to benefit from these activities. All the schools that are provided on the camps are absorbed into the Ghana Education Service. In addition to that, the schools have benefited from the school feeding program. So that is another significant contribution that government has made. With respect to health, refugees are given access to the National Health Insurance Scheme, just so that they can also access health at the same level as Ghanaians do. The aim is to ensure that social services are available at the same levels that Ghanaians enjoy.
I think the hosts themselves can attest to the fact that refugees are agents of development in the sense that the number of infrastructure we've built there with the support of donors is immense. And when refugees finally are able to return home in safety and dignity, to be left with the host population. So they are not, you know, as the cliche has been that refugees come to only take, but they also bring a lot with them.